In today's video, we're going to be talking about alignment, what it is, what it does, and the benefits or importance of being aligned. This topic is so dear to me because I'm going to share a personal story that changed the trajectory of my life. You want to hear that story? Let's get right into the video. Hello everyone and welcome to Life with Grace, the space where we grow, we beam and we dream with Jesus. In this space, I believe we can lead our lives differently with God at the center. You can be everything that you want to be, regardless of who you are and where you're from. As I said earlier, we're going to be talking about leading our lives differently by being aligned to our goals, our vision, our purpose, to God, most especially. Now, let me paint the picture of who I was before my life changed for the better. I was this person who would easily get on their skin when someone says something about me, whether it's friends, family, an outsider, whether you were playing. I would just get agitated, angry, I'll get so defensive, I'll shout. Sometimes I would shrink back, I would cry. Okay, and I'll feel all alone. I remember one of these seasons where I felt alone, I was defensive, fighting everybody. I didn't want to listen to any other person. And trust me, it was exhausting because at this point also I was trying to do something and I was getting frustrated over that thing too because there was no help coming. I was fighting with my desperate helpers. It was just a tiring situation. I remember this day, I'm sulking, I'm in my feelings, and my brother calls my attention and he says, I think your problem is you are out of alignment. And when he said that, that struck a chord in my spirit. I felt like that was the word I was looking for. I was out of alignment. It went further to say, when you're out of alignment, you try to win the fight and not the war. Meaning, you are short-sighted. You cannot see long run. You don't know what you are going to do today, or those things that you're going to have to do today to create a better future for yourself. So you end up blocking every relationship, you end up fighting everybody, you end up being on edge, you end up trying and expending your energy on things that do not matter. He calls them the C-level things. After that session, that meeting with my brother, I can tell you that I went back to being productive. I went back to being happy. I went back to being me and myself. So what is alignment? I'm going to be using his definition because that was what struck to me. It says alignment is when your inner world and your outer life are moving in the same direction. Should I explain this thing again? Alignment is when your inner world and your outer life are moving in the same direction, meaning what you believe about yourself, what you do, the vision you have of yourself, your prayers, your decision are all moving towards a particular goal, are all moving in the same direction. So it's safe to say that when you are misaligned, what your body is saying is contrary to what your mind is thinking. So you can go on to say with your mouth that, oh, I'm a productive person, but in your heart you are not productive. You can go on to say you are productive in your mind. You can go on to be productive in your mind, but me and you know physically you are a very unproductive person. So alignment or being aligned in simple terms is you being one with yourself, you being one with your spirit, you knowing the direction you're choosing, and your whole body, spirit, soul aligns, move towards that direction. You are not torn apart by too many things. You are not here, there, everywhere at the same time. The days I feel very productive, I have a burst of energy, I am happy with myself, and I'm doing everything on time. Trust me, those days, okay, my most aligned days. That doesn't mean that even in days I do not feel like it, I am not aligned because your feelings, your emotions is one thing, and your goals and your direction is another thing. My month, my week, my day has practically shifted from being spontaneous to being planned. So I know everything I'm going to do in a day. If you ask me what does a productive day looks like for you, I could easily list them for you without having to think because these are things that keep me in check. These are things that keep me focused. These are things that move me forward to the next direction. So alignment in general, as I said earlier, is when your inner world and your outer world are moving in the same direction. Speaking of your inner world, what does alignment to God looks like? One of the ways to easily get yourself on track and get direction is thoroughly and totally being aligned to God's word. So let's read this Bible verse, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. So, alignment to God means leaning in to what God says about whatever vision that God has given you, the dreams that you have, the thoughts that you have about being someone great, being someone of substance, someone of value, changing your world and impacting your world positively. Trusting God and leaning into what God says about you is also you being aligned to God's word. Because in this kingdom, you can't have it another way. You have to be aligned to what God says about you. What has God said concerning me? The dreams that you have. Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? So it's always imperative for us to go to the book. What is God saying about me? What is God saying about my future? So you can go along with it and live the very best version of yourself. So what are the benefits of being aligned? You are at peace, even with yourself. Remember what I said, alignment has to do with your inner world and your outer world merging to be as one. All of you are going, you know that, okay, I'm going northward, and you are going steadily. You would not even have to look at what another person is saying. You would not have to fight yourself and to double check, okay, am I doing this right or am I not doing it? Yes, there'll be room for tweaking a little bit of things along the journey, but you know that, okay, this is where I'm headed, and you'll get there faster. What people say will not have any hold on you. Being aligned produces meaningful relationships. When you're aligned with the vision that God has shown you, you would only want to associate yourself with people who are headed in the same direction. You only want to associate yourself with people who are growing the way you are growing. You only want to associate yourself with people who will keep you accountable to yourself and to your goals. Whatever helps you get to the next phase of your life, you would easily assimilate it. Have you ever been in this space where you get into a new room? Let's say you start studying a new course. Okay, let's say you get started on a new course, or you walk into a new classroom, or you went for an event that you've always wanted to go to in your life. There's this level of newness that you feel. Your ear, your mind become open. You want to learn. You want to connect with people. You want to lead differently. You want to be present. So this is what being aligned helps you do. It helps you be teachable. It helps you be present at wherever you are found for time. And it helps you also get access to help. You now know who you call your friend. You now know how to communicate your ideas to another person. Oh, I will need help in this. You now know how to delegate. You know how to lead. Men suddenly see where you are going because growth is attractive. People can perceive when you are growing. People can perceive when you are building and when you're becoming valuable and intentional about yourself. So you would now start to find out that people want to help you. So whatever thing that is going to make you not get to that phase of your life, you see, people are going to really come to help you. I want to paint the scenario of when I had to write WAEC. For people who are not in Nigeria, it's just like a SAT, it's just like SAT or IELTS. My mom and my sister ensured that I was focused on what I was doing. So the house chores, I wasn't even doing anything at home. I literally wasn't doing anything at home. I was not cooking, I was not cleaning, I was not washing any dishes. The only thing I had to wash was my clothes. Why? Because I had a vision, I had a goal, I had a target. Oh, I want to pass my exam. Help was coming from everywhere. So anybody who said, oh, Amachi wants to write her exam, they would help me. Even when I did not understand a particular subject matter, I would get help. That's what being aligned helps you. That's the benefit. This is one of the benefits of being aligned. Another thing I've written down here is being aligned helps you set better boundaries for yourself. You no longer say yes to everything. Will you be here? Yes. Will you be there? Yes. Help me. Let's go together to get this thing. Yes. Come on. Help me do this thing. Yes. Help me do that. Yes. No. Because you're aligned on your vision, you're aligned on your goals, you now know what you want. If eating by 12 is not going to help you lose weight, you're not going to eat by 12. You would find safety measures that will help you lead a better life. You set better boundaries that helps you lead your life differently. Being aligned helps you reserve your time and energy for what matters. At this time, your time and your energy becomes utmost priority. They become the thing that counts for you. If you know that certain gossips, certain news is going to drain your energy, if you know that certain activities is not good for your health, you would not be found there. If you know that certain things or certain activities would waste your time, you would not be found there. That's what being aligned does. It helps you keep yourself, keep your life, keep your energy for what counts. You will now find out that okay, you begin to filter out the things that don't matter to you. To incorporate the things that count and is going to be beneficial to you on the long run. So how do we get aligned? I'm going to talk about this in the next upload, and I want you to sit tight, grab your books, your pen to get a lot of value from this video and this series. So I know this video was valuable. If you found this valuable, I want to share your thoughts in the comment section. And do not forget to also be subscribed to our channel, like, share this video to your friends, and also stick around because we're going to have access to some materials that's going to be dropping on this channel in form of videos, pictures, and images that's going to help us delve deeper into this topic. Thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you in time.